All right. Okay. Should be live. I already sent out the links and everything like that, so whatever comes, whatever comes. A little water here. So, let me move that. What's up? Another Friday night, and just like normal, we've been coming in here, we've been doing the stream and whatnot. I have not been shaving. I will go ahead and apologize for that. Not that I think that too many people really care. I think it's more like a me thing. But ever since I lost all this, if I don't shave every 2 days, I kind of feel like a bum. But it's been really crazy. Like, I only have I'm like a one car family for like two full grown adults living two full grown adult lives. So between, having a shop and do this and go here and do that, and then my wife's been working overtime and things like that, and of course she has two jobs, and then trying to get things done, it is what it is. So I'll get around to it tomorrow. I'm sure tomorrow seems like, for me at least, it'll be a fairly chill day, so I think that I'll be able to get to my shaving and everything like that. And that is good, because there are videos to do, man. Let me tell you. As people come in, I'll say hey and things like that as normal. Let me bring up my my chat thing here so that I don't miss out on anything. And there we go. I got my chat bar. So, right off the bat, I did a bit of a pickup, and it's pretty cool. So here. This. There we go. I got a lot of stuff in the last week. I went to the Overstock toy store. I got a Stormtrooper, which this one I'm pretty happy about because, in this scale, I've never had one. Ever. He was always one of those things that I kind of said to myself, well, you'll always have a chance to get a Stormtrooper. Like, they're always just going to be there. So, there was no reason to fret about it. It was like, they'll be there, whatever. And so I never went out of my way to get one. Ever. And then the next thing I knew, they were, getting harder and harder to come across. So when I found this guy, he was $20 in an Overstock store. And still, I was like, crap. I'm doing it. And I did it. So I got him. The other thing that I picked up, let me put him to the side here, is I decided to buy one Dungeons & Dragons thing. This. Why? Now, these Dungeons & Dragons toys have not thrilled me. They have not been something that I've seen on the shelves and said, oh my god, I need that. Well, except for maybe Owlbear, I would love to have an Owlbear. No joke. But most of these I've thought to myself when I've seen pictures and whatnot, maybe it would help to see a review. I don't feel like these look like the characters they're meant to be necessarily, or look like very thrilling toys. But I found it at an Overstock store, which means it was only going to cost $6. And I said, worse comes to worse, this is a warrior with an axe. If nothing else, and I did enjoy this movie for what it was worth, if nothing else, she will fit the barbarian shelf. And if she doesn't, it may be my first chance to try to start playing around with some customizing things. But we'll see. We'll see how this works out. I have mild hopes for it, but we'll see. Next, I found this. I have a Freddy Krueger, and now I have a Michael Myers. I said to myself that I wanted at least the main three of my age, right? I wanted Michael Myers, I wanted Freddy Krueger, I wanted Jason Voorhees. He's the toughest because there's so many choices in terms of what Jason to go after. What's up, Jake? Welcome. And as for your question that you just asked, which movie? This is Halloween not from the first Halloween, but when they. It's not. I mean, it is a reboot, but it's not a reboot. It's kind of like somewhat of a soft reboot retcon. This is the one for the newest 3 movies. So this one kind of negates the second movie and becomes the original new second movie. You get the idea. That's the one this is. It's the one from the newest trilogy of Halloween movies. And I figured my biggest complaint is I just want one on the I just want one. I want Michael Myers, but I want him to be a solid one. And this one, he looks just enough like the original, but he's big, he's kind of menacing, he's got the dirtier mask. I like it. I think this one goes really well, and I don't think I'm going to have any problem with this guy. I think lighting and everything like that, and he comes with like the gravestone and everything. So he comes with everything that I need to make him feel enough like the original first movie one, but also come from a movie that I liked. I felt no problem with this, and because he was from an Overstock store, he was $20. And if you've bought NECA stuff, you know why I was kind of thrilled about getting my Michael Myers for $20. Supposedly his pumpkin that he comes with, it flickers and it lights up. I don't know exactly how that works or anything. Looks like he's got 6 hands. He's got a knife. He's got what looks like, I don't even know what that is. He's got a hammer, knife. He's got the gravestone. He's got 2 different head sculpts. It's solid. I think this one is really nice, so I have no issues picking that one up at all. Let's see. Hey, Bill, sorry I took a bit. My favorite Red Sentai Ranger is also a YouTuber. And no, that's awesome. You don't worry about jumping over to me if you have a chance to. My stuff you can always watch later on, or sometimes I break it into chapters. Let's see. You would go with Part 7 Jason. Is there a reason you would go Part 7 Jason? I'm curious what that is. Let me look that up just so I can get a feel for why we want that Jason. Let's see. So let's see gotta move my mic. It's really hard to type in the setup that I have. Friday the 13th. We'll just put 7. I just need to get a look. Okay, I recognize. Okay, all right. Okay, yep. I just needed to see it. I needed to see it with my own eyes. That's where he fought the girl that was like, she had like superpowers, and he had like that super ugly face underneath of it and whatnot. The mask breaks off at the end, and like that whole movie is pretty solid until the end, when all of a sudden like she like resurrects her dad to jump up out of the sea, or to jump up out of the lake and like pull him back down. That's so stupid. The end of that movie just completely destroys almost all the credibility that movie had. But saying that Jason is a solid Jason. So that might be the one for the shelf. I might agree with you. He's kind of got the zombie look about him. His like backbone is hanging out and everything. That's not a bad idea. So, and he's the last one I need. I just need a solid Jason. I have a Freddy Krueger, and I didn't worry too much about the one that I got. I got the one from the second movie, but he had a switchable hand, so he has the actual glove, and the rest of him looks exactly right. He's got the hat and everything like that, so I have no problem. I've got him on the shelf, and now I've got Michael Myers on the shelf, and now I need to get that Jason, and you might be right. That might be the one to hunt down. I think I do like that one quite a bit. Yes, and they gave me multiple masks with that one. Keep confusing Mike Myers with Mike. No, don't never do that. Let's see. What's up, Chris? How you doing, man? NECA needs to make a figure of Leprechaun. You know, when you say that, it's one of those things that almost surprises you that it hasn't happened. You know what I mean? Like, but then again, did they do the other Child's Play Chuckies, or have they only done the new one? Because I saw the new one, and that was there too, and it was like $20, and I said to myself, hey, that might be cool. But then I stopped myself and I said, Bill, you know what you're here for. You know that you're here in terms of NECA. You said that you would finish what you were working on before you moved on to opening the gates. Don't do that. So I put him back on the shelf, and I did not get the Chucky. I decided to stay away from it because the one that I specifically want right now is I need a Jason, and then I will open the gates and see what else has my attention in terms of that. But it is surprising with everything that they've done that they haven't done something for Leprechaun. It is actually kind of surprising. It does surprise me. Let's see, did you hear that they're going to make a live-action Teen Titans movie? The news broke out today. I couldn't care less. At this point, with all the DC news and the way that they're handling their movies in general, until they do a movie that surprises me, that looks right, that shocks me, that feels like it has soul in it, I'm kind of bored of them. We'll see what happens. Every movie that comes out has the chance to be that movie that recaptures your imagination. We'll see how long that takes. I don't know. As of yet, DC is not impressing me right now with almost any of their movies. In fact, the last one that I truly got involved in, that I liked, and you could claim bias, but I don't think it is, it was the Wonder Woman live-action movie. And that's it. Almost everything that they've done after that has been bogged down by problems, I feel. And not that she was perfect, but at least it felt like it had a soul. Do I like Scream? Yeah, I do like Scream, but he's not on... I like Scream. Ghostface interests me for the shelf. But the primary, the three I grew up with, those are my absolute priority. Until I have them, I gotta hold myself back and not break in. I've got to get the ones that matter to me. And right now, those are the three slashers that grew up. The ones that kind of defined my age growing up. So I have, like I said, now I have Michael Myers, I have Freddy Krueger, I need Jason, then I'll move from there and decide what matters to me. But yes, Ghostface is another one of those that I think would be a really good idea for the shelf, because he also is a defining moment in horror movies in terms of my age growing up and things like that. That thing literally kind of brought the horror movie back, the slasher film, not the horror movie. That's not, I almost feel like they're in different genres because, or rather they're subgenres, because you are in horror movies. But a slasher is a very different kind of movie that you go to watch as opposed to a movie that you go to watch to be scared, I guess is the best way I can put it. Friend of mine has the H2O Michael Myers. Yeah, water Michael Myers. Let's see. I have not seen the trailer. I did see the I saw the look. And when I seen him, I was like, Devil May Cry remake? And that's about what I got from looking at the guy. Maybe he absolutely knocks it out of the park. Maybe he makes a crazy good movie. I don't know. But as it stands right now, just looking at him, not in motion and not seeing the actual the trailer yet. I saw that it was posted. I just didn't get a chance to watch it. I was at work. I need to see that trailer and I need to really put some thought into it. And then I need to clear my head and watch it, because if you go into a movie with preconceived notion, it can hurt the movie in general, because if you're looking for problems, you'll find problems. And right now, I really don't like the way he looks. It bothers me. It reminds me of the Devil May Cry remake and the Jared Leto Joker. And those are two things that I could live without. So, that's an issue for me right now. I've got to get myself past that and approach it without my preconceived notion. No longer trust WB. Too many stupid mistakes. We'll see. Like I said, like I said, they've made some mistakes, but like I said, every movie has the chance to turn it around. They just gotta get their crap together. Hey, what's going on, man? Welcome back, Liquid. Let's see. I have not watched any of Bad Batch yet. And I don't know how much of a hurry I'm in to do. I'm sure I'll get around to it. It interests me because I was introduced to them during the Clone Wars and I liked them, but we'll see what happens and how long it takes me to actually like do that, because there's so many shows and whatnot that are before it. Like, I have so much stuff on my shelf right now that I'm behind on. Let's see. You were told that subgenre isn't a word. Wasn't a word. Well, since millions of people use it, I'm going to say that it's a word. If it's not some kind of official word, it's officially used in normal speak. So it is close enough to a word to be a thing, and everybody knows what you're talking about when you say it. So whatever. I'm getting Jared Leto. That's exactly what I mean. Yeah, I said the same thing. It really bothers me. I don't know. Hey, what's going on, man? Hey. Let's see. Yeah, I did not like DMC. I just didn't. I thought it was... How do I put this? Those games, because like you say right here, you say good gameplay, not gonna lie. That's fine. I've played plenty of games that are just games. But when your game was built on a very specific soul, it has a feeling that permeates the entire series, and then that feeling is gone, it's just a game. And Devil May Cry cannot exist as just a game. It can't. It was built from the bottom up to have the feeling and emotion and design that it has. So if you lose that, it's just another hack and slasher friggin' one-player game. It's fine. It's fine, but it has no soul, so once you beat it, it's one of those games that you beat and you're like, that was fine, and you never go back to it. It doesn't feel right. And yes, I have a friend that wants me to watch The Boys and Homelander. He talks about it all the time, and I keep telling myself I'm going to get to it. But like I said, there's so much stuff in front of it. There's so much stuff before I get to it. I have an entire shelf of movies and series that are sitting downstairs that I haven't even touched yet. I saw that you put it on Facebook. Yeah, just telling you, I'm not a big fan of it. Is it Shane? What? Who? Who's Shane? What? What just happened? Whatever. So, I picked up one more thing while I was out today doing some grocery shopping. Yes. So, I picked up my first item from the new wave. In this new wave, I'm saving a little bit of money. I don't want these two. Those I want. I don't have a Nightcrawler. I love this Cyclops for what it's worth. I don't like this costume on Jean Grey, but I got to admit, the figure and the face sculpt and the ponytail and everything, I want that. And I also want it because if we're going to do the Goblin Queen, I want to see how these two match up. And do they look right? Are they clone? You know what I'm talking about? Is she a direct clone? Is she going to look right? I have high hopes for this. And looking at the face sculpt here, this looks like a really good figure. And it also looks like this would make it absolutely solid if you wanted to. This is good for customization right off the bat. I see that you could turn this into a very solid Black Queen figure. So, very much interests me. This is something that I'm looking forward to. Those are my pickups that I did in the last week or so. Let's see. No, it's not Shane. It's a guy that I work with that is always telling me, "Oh yeah, if you watched it, we could talk about it." And he's right, to be fair. But there's just so much crap that I'm watching that it's really tough to do. But today, when I got home, something showed up. Oh. Mattel Creations showed up, and it's heavy. Like, I don't know how to. I'm telling you, this feels legit heavy. I don't know what is different about this, but it is not the same as the other Masterverse figures that have been released. Whatever's going on with Snout Spout, he has real weight to this box. Like real weight. And I don't know what it is that's giving him that weight. Did she really? Is that a thing now? If so, I don't remember that. But I slip in and out of comic books, so there's a lot of stuff I know and a lot of stuff I don't know. And I don't really trust, like, review sites necessarily to give me the inside on comic book lines. And I don't read wikis. If I didn't read it for myself, I usually just kind of stay out of the conversation because I don't know the info. And most everything that I talk about when it comes to comics, I read directly, like word for word off the page with my own eyes. I don't usually quote people's like information. So if that happened, and it's very possible that it did, I was not privy to it yet. You're always right. Yes, that's fair, I guess. You're always right. What's in the box? That is Snout Spout, my good man. That is Snout Spout, and he's heavy. Heavier than a box, more like a trunk. So, am I the only one that's picked this? Like, this arrived this morning, and the first thing I noticed when I picked it up off the porch, I was like, what the crap? It's heavy. Like, I can feel weight in my one. That's not normal for these figures. Normally, even the ones that I got, and so far, keep in mind, let me just look to the side here. I did get Revelations Darklyn, and I did get Vicron. And I thought Vicron would be heavy because he came with a lot of stuff. This is heavier than Vicron. I don't know how that's possible. And it makes me very interested to like open him and see what happened. Because, yeah. Let's see. 21st Cyclone drops for Origins. Yeah, I saw that. I was curious about that in general. Cyclone, it's Origins. I'm going to fight with myself. I might skip him. I'm a hard cherry picker of the Origins line. I don't know if I want it. It interests me. I kind of like Cyclone. But do I want him in Origins, or do I wait and take the chance that he shows up in Masterverse, the line that I specifically care about? I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll argue with myself. I have till the 21st to argue. And yeah, I'm guessing more trunk. I don't know. But this is one of the things I want to look into. I want to open him. I want to check him out. And I wanted to talk about something. They released this image. Ninja Turtles thing is coming out. This right here. Everybody, and some people probably have seen this and some people probably haven't. This is interesting. It looks to me like an Origins-esque design for Playmates Ninja Turtles. The Ninja Turtles that I grew up with. There's a couple of things, though, that after looking at it for a while, got me. Let me double check. Let me look up there. Okay, I'm right. I'm looking. I have the original Turtle figures over there. For whatever reason, Leonardo and Donatello, their heads are swapped. Donatello has the dual teeth. Leonardo has the teeth on that side. So these two heads are right. These two heads are swapped. Is that a big deal? No, it's not a big deal. And the reason that Donatello, let me fix this real quick. The reason Donatello is chocolate brown is because that's what color he is. The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toys, every turtle was a different shade of green. Every one of them. And specifically, Donatello was the darkest green you could possibly get away with, almost being a literal brown color. Just for reference purposes, I'll grab him. There he is. He's always been this darkish brown color. Now that picture makes everybody a little darker, so I know he'll be a little brighter than that, but that's what we're looking at here. He's supposed to be dark. He's almost brown. It's almost as if they took the color brown, sprinkled some green in there, and then painted him. That's what we got. So, like, that's not incorrect, is what I'm saying. That's actually right. Now, here's the issue that I'm having. I'm looking at it. This is only at Walmart. First off, shit. Because that means my chances of getting this just dipped dramatically. Like, dramatically. Next, each of them are sold separately. Even more dramatic fall as to whether or not I can get my hands on this. They will have weapons that are actually painted. That's cool. I'm curious. If they're going to sell these one by one, is this a whole new start? Is that what we're looking at here? Is it the next, like, are we looking at like an Origins wave for Playmates? Because that worries me. Because that's a whole rabbit hole. And now I have a question that I need to ask. Do I abandon my current run? Because I'm getting Super 7 Ultimates of these turtles. And I like those turtles a lot. But if by chance these are about to happen, do I just go with these? Chances are they'll be cheaper. They look like they come with small little, like, it looks like a pretty cool stand. They're going to fit the scale that I like. I imagine if they keep the correct scale, they'll be Origin size, which makes them mix with some of the other figures. There's a lot to consider with this. They also look like they get some new weapons, too. Some weapons that we've never seen. So, like, over here, you can see these. These are definitely new weapons that we've never seen before. The Walmart thing worries me. My Walmarts are terrible about stock. They just, like Jake says, they do not restock. It is amazing to me. We still never got anything but the Batmobile from that wave. The wave that was supposed to have the yellow Cape Robin, the blue and gray Batman, the Batmobile, not a single Walmart here got even one figure. Not one. We got so many Batmobiles that they're giving them away at this point. Like, just please get them off the shelf here. Take them for take them for $10. Please take my Batmobile. But we haven't got those figures at all. Is that going to happen with the Turtles? Because if it does, I would hate to even attempt to buy one of them only to figure out I can't complete the line without literally scavenging or buying aftermarket prices. I don't want to do that. And there's the argument to be made, I'm already buying Super 7 Ultimates. So do these matter at all? they have me in a tough nostalgia spot here. These were my Turtles, and they are still by far my favorite designs of the Turtles that have ever been done. The first wave of toys were my favorite, and that has never died for me, ever. And here they are. I'm torn. Like, I'm torn. Let's see, I like how the four Turtles have alternate weapons, but does Leonardo have a laser gun? I don't know what that thing is. It's like an arm blade thing. He's holding it like here, then it kind of connects down into his wrist and goes all the way out into some sort of blade thing. I don't know what that is. Let's see here. I gotta fix that again. There. Let's see. Don't worry, Bill. I read wikis, so you don't have to. So you don't have to. Also, because I usually can't remember some of the stuff. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, that it just worries me with Walmart, because I also don't like their online store because they allow third-party fake sellers on their store. Not that these other services don't, but man, it is prominent in the Walmart shopping. Like, the online thing is almost dangerous. There's just third-party cheap, like Chinese knockoffs all over the Walmart stores. The online thing. It really bothers me. And I realize that it says 40 years of Turtles. And I'm not oblivious to that, but if these things sell and they decide to do this, I mean, did we really think that Origins was going to go the distance? I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. When they first said, hey, He-Man is back, here's the first wave of figures, did we think Origins would go as far as it did? We got Eternia. I mean, that proves that the money is there for these old toy lines to come back and assault adult collectors. It's here. You can make the money. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised at all if this tests the water for a brand new wave of Origin Turtles, or remasters, Turtle remasters, if they want to call themselves the remaster line. If not, and it's just these four, that would almost guarantee my buy, because I could almost replace my old Turtles. I could put these away, maybe seal them in like some sort of like actual like glass case or something, so that they just simply don't get touched. Right now, they're out on a separate little shelf over here in the corner. And they stay separate from all my other toys because they were the important toys when I was growing up. They were my most important action figures, so I've set them to the side and kept them safe for a long time now. These guys would be something that I could openly display with no worries whatsoever, and maybe even play with them from time to time with some photo ops, and not worry about what happens to them. I don't know. Let's see. Got the Snake Men and Turtles of Grayskull figures from Collector Con at 9 a.m. exactly, and now I just gotta hope Walmart does not cancel my order between now. So I didn't get the Snake Men. I didn't go after that. You say Turtles of Grayskull. Did they release? I didn't get to see that. I was at work. Did they release the next two Turtles? Because the ones we need are Raph and Mikey, and that's the last two Turtles of Grayskull. Yeah, I know there's other figures. Like there's the Krang and things like that. But the main ones that are like on my hit list, I want to get the Turtles. And so right now I have Leo and Don, but I haven't heard anything about the others coming out yet. And yes, he does have a double-sided Gundam hammer. Raph gets actual hammers. Mikey has a sickle and chains. Leo has a laser gun. I don't think that's a laser gun. I really don't. And if it was a laser gun and they were going by the original principles of the show or the comic book, because that's what these are, these, without a doubt, Raphael would have the laser gun because he had it in the comic. Let's see. what figures look better between the two. If you're talking about comparing these to Super 7, it's not even a comparison, man. Hey, what's up, Ted? Krang and Mossman. Okay. Dude, that Mossman looks sweet. I kind of want Krang too, but that Mossman looks sick. Yeah, like, I mean, to put it into perspective, I guess I'll just go get that one too. That's the original Leonardo. There. That's it. That's who I grew up with. That's his orange swords. That's him. That's the Super 7 Ultimate Leonardo. I mean, it's not even comparable. The detail on this guy is so good. And the posability, the way he moves, the way he poses, this guy is absolutely fantastic. And just getting my hands on him alone set me up immediately. I was like, all right, you got me. I want all of them. So like that's where my mind is right now, is I want at least the Turtles from Super 7. But these interest me. And my big thing here is, do I care? Do I skip these? I don't know if I'll kick myself in the ass for doing so. This is tough. For the most part, I've been able to avoid most FOMO situations. But like, these I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to avoid these the same way, because they got me pretty hard on the FOMO with releasing the most important toys of my childhood in a new remaster, possibly close to the same original scale. I don't know. So Mikey is in Wave 3 and Raph is in Wave 2. So Raph is coming real soon. That's cool too. So I'm going to have Raph Ram Man. Let's see. What's that thing in Star Trek, Kirk versus Spock? Oh, I know what you're talking about. The weird, the pizza paddle of death that they use to fight in Amok Time. Let's see. By the way, I gotta ask, I feel like I'll know the answer, but did you hate the Next Mutation show? I honestly liked Venus myself. Did you just ask about the Next Mutation? Did you miss like the 6 episodes that we did talking about every single episode, concept, costume, and theory, covering the start of the series all the way to the end of the series? Did you miss that? 'Cause if you did, they're all on Fandom Night. I'm very confused at how you, like, missed that. Like, how could you ask if I liked it and ask me about Venus? I did an entire conversation on Venus. You weren't there? You of all people? That kind of blows my mind. It actually really does. I thought for sure that you'd seen those. Yeah, we covered all that, man. Like, in grand detail. Oh, you skipped it all? All of it's there. It's way too much information for me to get into about. Overall, I'll just say this. I wouldn't watch it a second time, but I sure got a lot that I could talk about from watching it. And the things that I like, I go into detail. No, you put this, and I didn't click on your stuff yet. It says, last time you were in Walmart, got a glimpse of the toy aisle, and they were charging a single Star Wars figure, whether it was TVC or Black Series, at $50. I don't know what you're even talking about. Like, I'm being honest, I don't know what figure it would have been. I've never had my Walmart raise prices out of nowhere. Okay, but hold on. If you saw a Boba Fett, there's a very real thing, and you should actually know about it because you're a Star Wars guy and you've collected Black Series sometimes. There is like a Boba Fett tax. Like, that figure costs more for no reason than other figures. And yes, I said no reason. There's nobody that can honestly defend why Boba Fett costs more money than most of the other figures in the Black Series, aside from he's Boba Fett. You're not going to convince me that the tooling and the paint apps and all this other crap, especially when you're doing crap in the lines where that guy is just translucent blue. The amount of money you saved on tooling and paint apps with cast the entire guy in translucent blue, that makes up for Boba Fett. Sell him at regular price with every other figure, or don't sell him. By the way, I bought a Boba Fett, so I'm just as much of a putz as anybody else. Just put it out there. They had a whole conversation about Next Mutation. Yeah, Shane pretended to be sick just to get out of it. Yeah, I'm telling you, and it was like Shane. Let's see. But that's all I have on those. It just blows my mind that it's a thing at all. And I don't know if I'm skipping it. I don't know. I'm really fighting with myself here on this one. Like really, really fighting with myself about it. Because like I said, I want it. But is that just FOMO? It could very well be FOMO. Especially when these figures exist and they're so good. I did an entire review on him on the channel where I go into more detail and I look him over and I check out his turtle shell and all the scratches and the material that's here that actually kind of resembles real leather. It's not, but it feels like this is absolute top tier action figure craftsmanship. This is one of the few times when I look at it and I go, oh dang, they are worth $50-$60. Even though they're probably not. Probably just because of my nostalgia and the fact that I like that figure so much, but I still can't help but say it bothers me. If you remember right, there was a Black Series Luke with Baby Yoda and a Scout Trooper with a swoop bike. Yeah, but if you're getting the bike, look man, I know you don't like the way things are priced. If you're getting a vehicle and a figure, and the figure is full paint apps with tooling and everything else, he was $50. He was $50, period. And in fact, that's probably a deal if you really stop and think about it, because a figure alone in Black Series can cost anywhere from $20 to $30 to $40 by themselves. And you're talking about a figure and a vehicle. In terms of the Baby Yoda thing, I have no defense on that, and I don't know what they would cost anyway, and now they just give that crap away on clearance. They can't get rid of that Baby Yoda with Luke thing. I've been seeing it go on clearance for $12. So if it did cost $50, it doesn't anymore. I wouldn't even be concerned about that. Let's see. Speaking of Star Wars, Bill, do you know the name of the Jedi and Sith come from? No. At least I don't believe so. Let's see. Walmart has no McFarlane DC Multiverse figures on the shelf. They do where I do, but they're the same ones they've had for the last year and a half. Do you know where the Klingon species name comes from in Star Trek? No. No, I don't think I do. I don't... Unless I've heard that before, and for some reason I'm phasing it out a little bit, but no, off the top of my head, no, I do not. I do not. If you want the truth of it, it's not the Baby Yoda that can't sell, man. Just to let you know, it's not the Baby Yoda. Luke can't sell. We have 1 million Lukes. Everybody has a Luke. It's nothing to get a Luke, and to resell just a black suit Luke with like a different head sculpt so he looks younger. Everybody, look, Baby Yoda sells. And I mean, it sells. Oh yeah, I do. I love this shirt, man. Love this shirt. But, Baby Yoda sells. He sells off the shelves everywhere. He's like, he freaking prints money. The reason that pack doesn't sell is Luke Skywalker. Promises. Promises. You might not like that. Promises. Everybody has a Luke. Them trying to double sell a Luke with that Yoda, with that Baby Yoda, that is more than likely what killed that. Because everybody has one. I'm telling you, he's heavy. Oh, look at that. Holy crap, that's good. And the artwork for this line never fails. I'm being honest here. I don't think I've seen a bad piece of art in Masterverse anywhere. I don't think there's been a bad piece of art in the entire Masterverse line. Not a single one. It is astonishing. Look at how good that is. This isn't even a... I'm going to say something, and this is not meant to be mean. If this guy was one of your favorite guys growing up, that's fine. But let us be honest here. Show, comics, material, this guy isn't even a big deal in any way whatsoever, anywhere, at any moment. He's not a big deal in the mini comics. He's not really a big deal, not even in Revolution. He shows up and just blows his trunk a couple times. He's a cool looking dude. But like, to give this level of artwork to a guy that puts out fires with his nose, Masterverse is amazing. It is amazing. So good on every single level. These boxes are absolute golden art standards. Look how cool he is. He puts fires out with his elephant nose. And yet, if we were playing a video game and we were on the selection screen and you showed me that guy, I'd pick him. Bring! Immediately. Look at that. The artwork for this line is so good. I don't know that there's a character they can't make cool. And I'm not saying this guy is not cool, because Snout Spout is cool. As a figure, in general, he is cool. Always cool. He reminds me of Flame Mammoth from Mega Man X, and that is freaking cool. But like, he's like this monstrous future robot firefighter thing with like a man body. He's so freaking awesome. And yet, in the long run, compared to so much other stuff in the line, he's not He-Man, he's not Skeletor, he's not Faker, he's not Teela, he's not Cringer, he's nowhere even close to the big leagues of characters. And he got this art. I love Masterverse. I love Masterverse. No character, no matter how big or small, is disrespected in Masterverse. Or, to be fair, Origins as well. Origins has very solid artwork. But I would argue that I've seen some artwork that doesn't make me, like lose my mind in Origins, but it still is far and few between, where I don't think I've seen a bad piece of art come out of Masterverse yet. I really don't think so. And yeah, it does remind me of the Power Rangers Mastodon. Like, it's just so good. Well, Snout Spout, you got to understand, Motu has a thing with playing games with the names. That's the way that all of Masters of the Universe is designed. So it's not a degrading name. It actually works great for him because he is an elephant and he's a firefighter that blows water through his nose. That's what he is. Just like Fangor. He'll bite you with his fangs. Cyclone shoots tornadoes. I mean they're all kind of like plays on words, really. This guy's amazing. I'm kind of looking forward. I'm sitting here fighting with myself because, like, I like to open these guys up in their own episodes. But this guy's so good. I think I'm going to open him up on stream. He's just so good. That box alone is just so good. That's kind of cool. Tuscan Axe. I'm telling you, man. Well, you don't really collect the line. That's not exactly fair. How many people actually collect Black Series that don't already have like 4 or 5 Luke Skywalkers? I'm just saying. He's readily available, easily obtainable. Speaking of Mega Man X, once again, changed the name in Japan. Flame Mammoth or whatever. Now Blazing Mamidir? Maminder? Sure, why not? As you know, Fire Salamander Mammoth. Okay, I get it. I got it. After you said it, that makes sense to me. Okay. Yeah, Flame Mammoth is better. Just saying. You know, we do got the Emperor back there. Do it. Let's open this guy. We have to. We have to see him. Okay, let's not lose him. Oh, it's a box in a box. Oh, man. Hold on. Let's be careful here. Let's not lose him. There we go. This box, I think that's why he's heavy. I'm not kidding. This box is, this box is thick. Look at that. That's not an illusion. The box is like a big, thick monster. Like, they were absolutely making sure that this guy was not damaged in transit. That maybe the box could get beat up a little bit, but like, wow. Look at that, too. When you open it, it's got the wording and everything right there for him. That's cool. That's a cool piece right there. Snout Spout, heroic water-blasting firefighter. When the dark forces of Eternia pillage towns, Snout Spout charges into the blazing infernos set by their torches to save villagers from the intruders, be they Skeletor or the evil horde. That's cool. Okay. Let's put this here. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, man. He's like... He's big. Like, is it just his head? Or is he big? Are those biceps bigger than normal? Is his chest bigger than normal? I think he might be legit big. Like, bigger than other Masterverse characters. You're a chonky boy. Okay, that might be really, really cool. If they went out of their way to also make him, like, big. Oop. Let's put this to the side. He came with that Masterverse logo. Another logo for the shelf back there. I'll put it on there. Look at that. He came with snake. He came with the snake lair, the snake. I don't know if that's a snake worship area or what it is, but that's really cool, like a ruins. And then he came with this. I love the artwork for Masterverse, man. I cannot get enough of it. It's so beautiful. I better get more art books. That's what I'm saying. I better get more art books. Because I bought the first 3, and I'll buy the other ones too. I love Masterverse artwork. I think it's unbelievably good. Let's see. Let's untie him. Get him out of here. He has all sorts of... I'll just cut the... Dang. There's that one. 2. 3. Hit the mic. It is warm under these stage lights. Let me see if I can't get some air in this mug, right? Oh, that's so much better. It's so crazy, like, how hot this room can get. But I got a light here, and then I got a light here, and then I got a light above me, and then there's another one that I can turn on that's right over there. And this room is a 10 by 10, and I got the computer, and it's running, so it actually does get warm in here. Let's see. There. There we go. Now I can get him out of there. Oh, I didn't cut that one? No, I did. There. There, that's... Set that to the side. It's unimportant. Pull the wrap off his nose. Here he is, guys. Look at that. Oh, he can actually get that trunk. I was wondering about that, like how much inhibited that would be, but he can get it all the way out, like straight. The tusks move. That was something I wasn't exactly expecting. I wonder if we can... It said something in the thing when I did the video that we would be able to like mess with the tusks or whatever. The ears move. The ears move. Okay, that's cool. Let's see what else we got going on here with him. He is so big, man. He's got this water pressure thing right here that tells him, I think that tells him how much water is actually left that he can work with. He's got like a thing here. Maybe the axes or something go here. He's got a couple holes here and there, like right there, and he's got these 2 things. He's got the same movement that we would expect from Masterverse. So he's got the double knee and everything. It's not wanting to move on me, and I don't want to force it right now because I just got him and I haven't heated him up or anything. His feet got good movement. He's Masterverse. He's got all his Masterverse movement for as much as I can tell. I'm not experiencing any kind of... Except for the fact that that knee didn't want to move. But like I said, I don't think that's an actual issue of any kind. I just think that I haven't heated him up yet. And sometimes that happens when you first get them out of the packaging and everything. His chest is big. This guy's big. Like, I could just feel it, man. He is, like, legit large. And one of his defining features, by the way, one of the things that I was honestly looking forward to seeing, look at that. That is cool. With proper backlighting, there's an area on the back of his head which is translucent. And it's just like the old Terminator toys. It allows the light to go through. I believe I want to say they referred to it as pip lighting. And that is really, really cool. What did he come with? So we have this. This. Oh my God, that axe is big. This axe has got a little bit of weight to it. There's something in here. Hoses. Let's see what this is. Okay, so this is another hose, 2 punching hands, and a water effect. So we can actually do the snout spout. Let me fix this real quick. Doop, doop. There. Yeah, this guy is so cool. I am curious. I can't really tell 100%. Okay, it looks like we want hoses going here that will then feed down across his back and into the actual backpack. Here's the backpack. And as far as I could tell, the backpack is going to go on him. I think it goes this way. Because I want to say we got to have the two that come down out of him like that. So let's put that on. Which there's two holes on his back here. Oh my. There's some decent resistance to them, which is actually a good thing. Now the smaller hose, I'm going to assume, at least it makes the most sense that it goes there and it goes there into the back of his head. That adds a lot of pressure and kind of forces his head down, but it's not bad, and it looks right. There. That's completely in. That's solid. I'm assuming it's the one that makes the most sense because these have to go. They've got like a thing here. They seem to go like this, and then they curve back and around, and they go into the backpack like so. So that way he keeps water. And like I said, that goes to the water pressure area and whatnot. And then this one goes here, and that comes back around, and it goes there. And there he is. He's got his hoses. He's awesome. He's freaking Bane. Don't take away the venom. Awesome. This dude is really, really cool. And then, of course, if we do that, if we do the... now, this is cool. Even with that holding him down, this thing moves enough. We can get it going almost all the way back into his own face. That's a lot of movement. I knew that it said it would have 5 tiers of movement, but that's like a lot of movement, like a lot more than I expected. And then this plugs in action effect. Anybody that's interested in that debate, I have a video on here talking about action effects versus action features. There we go. He's actually shooting the water. I like action effects more than I like action features, because like say this guy had actually sprayed water. As an adult collector, I would say, oh, that's neat. I would shoot water once, then I would probably never use it again. As a collector like I am, an adult collector that would love to set up a battle scene, this is better. I would rather have him like where I could set up a battle scene where he's just starting to shoot the water instead of the other thing. Let's make him left-handed. I like that it's like it's kind of like a fireman's axe. Look at the size of that thing, man. I have to know. We have to compare him to a Masterverse figure. Where am I going to find a Masterverse figure? What about Vicron? Hey, Vicron, you consider yourself to be a big man, right? You got an axe, you're big, you're buff, you got armor, you're a big man. You're a big, worldly, barbarian man. You wouldn't be feeling small next to any man in the history of men, right? You've killed those that thought they were big men. Let's set you next to this guy. It's noticeable. Snout spout is big. He's like a whole head bigger than Vicron. A whole head bigger than Vicron. That is kind of impressive. I think he's thicker too. I want to. These are not the same legs. They are not doing reuse on those legs. I'm almost 100% positive. In fact, I would almost guarantee it because this is crafted. See what I mean? They got this. And then these boots are definitely something new that I haven't seen. I don't believe I've seen these arms. These biceps seem ginormous. Like way bigger than others that I've seen. That chest, that could be a reuse from the Anniversary He-Man chest. But I don't know that for sure. But it could be. He's awesome. Like, that's a big guy. Awesome. Let me move this. Vicron, you stand over there with the new snout spout. Dude, he is sick. He's going to be really cool, put on the shelf and everything like that. He didn't come with anything else. That was it. But I got this box. I got this artwork. I'll debate whether or not the artwork is going up on the shelf. And I do have to debate that, actually, because right now I'm kind of dealing with an issue. I have 2 shelves coming in on Sunday to finish the room. That'll be the end of the room in terms of the shelving. The shelving will replace the white shelves that are over there. It'll build the rest of the statue shelf up to the ceiling, and it will make the final determination as to whether or not I add the final shelf over here. And I know I'll replace those over there. So I got 2 5-level shelves. So that's a total of 10 possible levels added to the room. And once that is done, I'll start making decisions as to how to make the final arrangements for what stuff goes where, and then like kind of like focus lines and things like that. And then of course the long-term plan will probably be to take a building system like what's done right there and build them over there and build them over here and then transfer these downstairs to be something else. But for right now, I'm doing what I'm doing, and that's what I'm doing. That was pretty cool. Like, that's a cool figure, man. That's a cool figure. He is so big. I can't get over that. Dude, he's unreal, man. Let me see. Do those shelf lights you have work pretty well for display? So, yes. Now watch, as this be the first time this won't even work. Of course. Of course. Oh, those died on me. Hold on. I can't get the bottom ones to turn on right now, but yes, they do. For what it's worth, they do. They work just fine. There's a universal remote. I actually think my remote might be dead because, like, I can't get those to respond. And I know that this remote worked for every single one of the lights. And yeah, for what it's worth, and maybe just because maybe I'll show you. So you can see that when the lights are all off and everything like that, they give a decent little focus to the area back there. But yeah, they do work for what it's worth, and they work pretty well. And like, I can change the color. Not that I think that this camera can pick it up, and this remote isn't even working anyway, so I can't show you. But I can pick whatever form of light spectrum I want. And there's quite a variety on these. So those have worked out pretty well. The only issue that I've had with them is that they are battery, like I need to put batteries in them. So if you're using them a lot, you'll be replacing them a lot, and so on and so forth. But all the options are really nice. So far, I've replaced the batteries only once because my thing was to set up all the shelves and then buy the lights. And I've still got 9 lights to buy, but then I stopped because I started buying these shelves, and I'm going to put a light, at least one light on each one of those shelves too. So I stopped messing with them, and I will go back and do that. I just haven't done it yet. But you can tap the lights to turn them on, or you can use this remote, which is dead, so I can't seem to use this remote. It kind of surprises me because I thought for sure this was working, but maybe not. Maybe, I don't know. And I haven't attempted to change the battery on this remote yet, so I don't know what kind of a pain in the butt it is. And it looks like I push that in and pull this out or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, that's exactly what you do. You pull this and then there. And there's a big old battery in there, and it doesn't look, but these batteries don't really bleed either. This battery could be dead. I started this project quite a while ago with these. But yeah, for what it's worth, the lights actually do work pretty well. I just haven't really had much of an opportunity to set them up or use them. This remote's stupid. So there. Yeah. To answer your question, Wes, those lights do work pretty well, and they haven't really given me any kind of problems. Let's see. Doggone it. Now I got Mega Man X on the noggin. Who are your top 5 regular boss Mavericks? I don't know off the top of my head right now, in all honesty. Not without looking them over. I know there are ones that stick in my head, but if I'm being perfectly honest with the Mega Man X series, while I replay X1 a lot, I don't go through the other Mega Man too much, in all honesty. In fact, I think I've played regular Mega Man more than X, though in some cases I like Mega Man X more than, I don't know. I can't remember the last time I went through X all the way, like start to finish, started X1 and went all the way through the games. What's going on, man? Let's see, did you guys discuss Walmart Collector Conquest today? So I did miss it, but I have been seeing that people were not exactly thrilled by it. Yeah, I did hear that. I did hear that some people, most people, from what I'm hearing, were not exactly thrilled with it. So we spent the first half of this just kind of talking, hanging out. That's what these are. There's no problem with that. I don't always have to do, but I did. He won't be in an episode now, so I'm not going to get them sweet, sweet views. Who gives a crap? You know that is not my interest here. My interest is sharing my fandom more than anything else, and opening Snout Spout right here and now was what we did, and we had a good time. We talked about him and we checked him out, and he's a big boy, man. He's so big. Like I might love this guy. I might love this. Like, especially the eyes. I haven't seen that since I was a little kid. When I was growing up, there were the Terminator toys. That was the first time I seen these light pip effects. And they're good, man. They're so good. I also like the back here. He's got like the different water pressures on the backpack, like he's been spraying for a while. I also didn't notice this until just now. His axe goes here. That's cool. So he can hold the axe and then literally, man, this guy is awesome. telling you, man. Every week I find something new to love about Masterverse. Every week! It's so good. Okay. Let's see. Let's move on to some window shopping. Let's go talk about some toys. That's what I'm here to do more than anything. Can you believe that the Street Sharks are back? I'm telling you, that's kind of cool, man. The Street Sharks. What is that? We're going to click on that. No way. Oh, there's some stuff for me to click on today. Let's see here. What else are we clicking on? What else am I interested in? That's cool. That Spawn thing there, that's cool. I did want to talk a little bit about these. I need to look at these. I need to get a real solid look at them. I didn't know they were selling a Warduke helmet. That's pretty cool. Not that I wouldn't buy it necessarily, but it is really, really cool. Oh, what is that? Oh, these animal men. These animal warriors are freaking awesome. That's cool. We're going to look at that. And that's cool. We're going to look at that. Okay. There, I got some stuff for us to see. And we won't go any further than that in terms of big bads. So let's see. Street Sharks. I cannot believe that the Street Sharks are back. Like, I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. We're seeing, this is it, man. We're in the age for it. I tell people all the time, and I know people are mad because, you know, we're having trouble. Money is what it is and everything. But look, we are in a golden age of collecting. Like, all that stuff from 30 years ago, all your stuff from your childhood is coming back in massive waves. There's stuff everywhere. Whatever you were into seems to be somewhere on the market. Whether you want to buy retro stuff, whether you want to buy new stuff, whether you want to invest in something, whether you want to see something you never saw before, or whether you just want to discover something you never thought you liked ever. I mean, it is an absolute golden age. If you can't find something to enjoy right now, this is not the hobby for you. It's just not. Let's see. Okay. Pretty darn late on it, but I recently ordered the Legacy Collection Zeo Gold Ranger staff. Oh, man. Yeah, I've had mine for a while, and kudos. It was Scott that bought me it. Like, I never saw that coming. I remember one Christmas he was just like, hey, I got you something. And the next thing I know, gold Zeo staff. And I was like, dude, what? I was like, whoa, like, why? Like, I couldn't believe it. It absolutely floored me. I never saw that coming. And I don't know, maybe he felt compelled to get me something because I did, like, for him on the show, I went and bought him I bought him like this really cool Spider-Man statue. I got it. It was somewhat of a rarity where I picked it up, but it was really cool and it was big and everything. And maybe because I just felt like it was the right thing to do. He'd been doing all this editing and everything. He'd been breaking his ass. And I said, man, you've been kicking ass for the show. You're not going to do the show. You're not going to come here on your birthday and get nothing. And I gave him the Spider-Man statue on the show. And I remember, like, I think it may have been that Christmas, if not the next Christmas, that he got me that Zeo staff. And I love that thing. Let's see. Street Sharks. Dude, are the Biker Mice not back? I actually think the Biker Mice are back. I'll look for them and see if I can find them here, but I think the Biker Mice are already a thing. I think they're back in rotation right now. Yeah, it's an absolute record. This is the latest I've ever got to any of these. I am going to look at those TNG figures. I want to see Super 7. I have a very love-hate relationship. I feel like they're overpriced, but at the same time, I feel like they do solid quality work. So I'm always on the back and forth. Like, do I want to spend $60? Like literally like $180 a wave or something like that? You know, I don't know. But yeah, you get it. You open yours today. Dude, he's so big. Like, he's big, he's menacing. Like, his arms are huge, like crazy. And then he's got the snout. Like, his movement, I love that effect. His axe is big. Like, I think I love this thing. Like, it is... I knew he was going to be cool, but those pictures do not do him justice, man. They don't do him justice, as I'm sure you know, because you've also held him in your hands now. Do not do him justice. I just wish the upper thigh looked more snug in his trunks. They look slightly small. Okay, let's see that. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Well, he has, yeah, because he just has straight up trunks. And you can see the, So, here's the thing. He has those one legs, because I just did it myself. You could push his legs up. I'll bring myself back up real quick just so we can talk about this for a minute, Terrence. He has those one kind of legs where you could push him up into the thighs, or you could pull them down. They pop down, and they add that... So that he's got all that extra movement when you do that, but then he's got that like hardcore thigh gap. But because he has that pivot joint, you can just push him up in there. Maybe that's what you're talking about. But then again, this leg almost seems like this one fits better than the other one or something like that. So maybe that's what you're talking about. I get it. There is like a gap there you could tell. But I don't know that it's enough that it really bothers me. I just think he's so solid, man. He's so cool. Like, I really, really like him. I'm really, really, truly impressed with him. And see. I would agree. I know how people get about this. They don't like when things cost money. Okay? I completely get it. I know we're all having money problems. It's not a mystery. But $33. He's big. I mean, he's big. He has all the same quality of the rest of Masterverse, which is a feat in its own self. And he's very detailed. He's got plenty of paint apps. He's large. He came with an action effect. He's got all these hoses and everything. Like, I don't think I can find a reason to cry. Yes, he costs some extra money, but I don't think $33 is that much to ask. Especially when you consider that I think we've paid for more. Like, weren't characters like, he came with the art box and everything too. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't I pay like $40 for some of the other guys? Like, what did we pay for things like Slushhead? Was Slushhead like $40? Because that's what I'm getting at. Like, I don't think that he's unjustified. I mean, maybe you would say, well, he's not a deluxe. But then with the box and everything, I think you're paying for the box, the near exclusivity, the fact that he's a little bit bigger. I think he's fully justified. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely, man. And the biker mice are out. Yes, I was pretty dang sure about that. Yeah, biker mice are on the market, man, because I remember seeing them not way too far back. Let's see. I usually go back and forth between Marvel Legends and sometimes DC Multiverse. I only get what interests me. Right now, I've been peeping that new Detective Comics 27 Batman figure. Look, man, I cherry pick almost everything I buy. Do not be ashamed of that at all. You don't have to collect on something. Your collection just has to mean something to you. Absolutely, 100%, man. I would agree. We need to move. Street Sharks feels like off-brand Battletoads. I'm going to be... all I can say is that the Street Sharks may very well appeal to somebody. There are people out there that don't like them. But let's be honest about something. The Street Sharks, at their absolute core, are almost exactly what you said. Battletoads was a cash-in on Ninja Turtles. Street Sharks are that as well. This was just the thing, man. For a while there, everybody was mutants and everything. This is cool. So we're doing the 31st. We're doing Slash figure. I didn't have any of these. I remember seeing them and being like, oh, these are cool. But I never had any Street Sharks. I didn't have a single one when I was growing up. I just remember seeing them all the time. There's the Hammerhead. That's freaking cool. Jab figure. His name was Jab? I almost feel like... But okay, I get it. Dude, Street Sharks. Oh, their mouths open? Alright, I didn't know that. Are they like a rubbery material? Okay, that's cool. It's not cool enough that I'm going to run out and buy a Street Shark. It was not my toy. But that doesn't mean I don't admire how ridiculously off-the-wall Street Sharks were. Street Sharks were cool, man. Regardless of if I ever had one. I guess if I ever had one, this would be the one that I'd want. Just because it's, yeah, call me basic or whatever, but that's what he is. He's basic. He gets the idea across in one solid figure. Street Sharks. He's a dude. He's a shark. He's like a shark dude. He's, he's awesome. I low-key love these things, even though it was not my toy and I didn't own any of them. Let's see here. What are we on? Oh, these are the daily deals. Just going down real quick. Thundercats Ultimate Captain Hammerhead. That Hammerhand, that's cool, actually. Because anytime you can get a deal on Super 7, it's a deal. That's what I'll tell you. Anytime you can get a deal on Super 7, it's a deal. That's cool. Mystic Adventures Piccolo, we'll check that out just to see it. I can't buy anything right now. I've literally done everything that I can do in terms of my money already. But that doesn't mean that I don't want to see some of this stuff. We got another Thundercats Captain Cracker right here. What a name. Okay, that's cool. Tao Pai Pai, that's cool. Oh my gosh. Dude, there's a lot of cool Dragon Ball stuff. What? We're going to click that. Oh, these are sold out. And these are on this list, which means these were in here at least earlier today. They were in here. So we got a Damio Piccolo, which we got to love Damio Piccolo, right? We got to, right? I do anyway. I think he's fantastic. Always loved the mutant-type characters. I remember when my mom got me this Leonardo with a big sword, with a big-ass robot. Leo ain't even my favorite turtle, and it was still an awesome toy. Yeah, sometimes toys are just awesome. It doesn't matter, you know what I mean? King Shark is a shark. It's right. That's exactly what I'm getting at. King Shark is, yeah. You got a shark, you got a dude. Shark dude. That's exactly right. Let's see. Yeah, let's look at him. Yeah, that's Damio. It's a cool statue. That's all it is a statue. But I mean, it's solid enough. I will say this. Maybe a different pose would have sold this guy better. I know what they're going for here, and it does work. But, like, it is also very, very basic. But then again, what else were they going to do? Iconic poses in terms of some characters. Some characters, they don't necessarily have guaranteed iconic poses. Like, he has an iconic pose right before he dies, but otherwise, this is just kind of it. He stood there and was menacing. Unlike when you go to, like, Piccolo, who very much has iconic poses. You know what I mean? When he's standing there in the cape, it's an iconic pose. What he's doing is when he's shooting the beam, that's an iconic pose. These are things that you can get out of Dragon Ball as scenes. But, like, him, he was just kind of a dude that stood there menacingly. So I don't know what all they could have gotten out of him that would have changed or meant anything in the grand scale of selling this statue. So let's see. That's what I mean. That's an icon pose. That's a moment. You remember that. The Dodonpa, the first time that he shot that off, which, by the way, would have killed Goku. He survived by dumb luck. Dragon Ball in pocket. You know what I'm talking about? That's cool. In fact, man, I wish I had money. It's so wrong. This window shopping sometimes feels like it's going to get me in trouble. I don't have any money. Like I said, Gotta buy the shelves. Shelves takes money. $20 spent here means you can't spend $20 here. I can't buy him. But if there was a Dragon Ball enemy that I feel is most responsible for changing the flow of Dragon Ball and creating Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z, and I get it, I get the idea of Dragon Ball Z, I know where it starts, but I would argue what Dragon Ball Z is the loss of innocence. Dragon Ball is Goku, it's childhood, it's innocence, it's adventure and excitement and discovering and testing your limits and learning and moving forward and having adventures, and life is magical. And then life throws this curveball. It's also hard. And the life you've chosen will kick back at you at some point in time. In many different ways. And Tao Pai Pai was the brick wall that crashed us into Dragon Ball Z. After him, almost like the comedy died dramatically. He changed the game. He's the beginning of the action-oriented Dragon Ball Z. I honestly believe that it was him that set us in motion to what we have today. He was a more serious fight. There was almost there was very little to no joking in terms of him. Like, yeah, he did ridiculous things like he kills a guy with his tongue and did dumb crap like that. But while we were still looking at something that was humorous, this guy was dangerous. And he was the first time we saw something that felt like that. That felt like this was different. This was not just a guy that Goku was going to go up against, beat him up, and then we were going to laugh about it, and then the guys were going to be like, how can this kid be so strong? This was different, and it felt different. This guy right here, I give Tao Pai Pai the credit for being the turning point of all Dragon Ball into the serious thing it would become. It's him. It's him that grows Goku up. And for that reason, I've bought him and put him on the shelf. He is on the shelf. He's a character that I like very much. And this statue right here, this would be cool. I would buy this. I can't. It's a shame that it's on sale at 50% off. But anybody else that wants to get it, there's your chance. He is really cool. I think he holds a very important place. Like these guys, these are like the childhood moments of Dragon Ball. This is what they were. They were goofy, incompetent bad guys, which was 80% of the roster at that time. There were fights that you had. They were fun. They were gimmicky. They were martial arts. Sure, we had our adventures, but like you wouldn't have considered Yamcha a big deal. He's not the turning point of of your innocence. You wouldn't consider Roshi to be the moment where the fighting got serious. Yes, Roshi was no joke, and he was the toughest fight that Goku had, and even lost that fight, really. But you wouldn't look at that and say it was the turning point of Dragon Ball. It wasn't when things got serious. Tao Pai Pai was. I truly believe that. What? So my buddy at work today tried to show me this, and I looked at his phone, and I was like, "What is that?" And he goes, "Mr. T as Hulk," and I was like, "Why?" This would be cool. You could customize that and make a Clubber Lang or something, but like, what is this? WWE Ultimate Edition 13 Mr. T. Like, Authentic ring gear. What? I almost wish that there was a description as to what this was. Like, why this was. Like, what is this about? Like, why is this a thing? No, look, I get it, okay? I get it. But what is going on here? So you can get Hulkamania Mr. T. It is on sale right now. It is in stock. If you really need it, there you go, man. We just looked at it. You could go there right now and pick him up. These were $164. It is cool. I liked this game for what it was worth. I don't think I'll ever play it again. I beat it one time, and that was honestly enough for me. And I will not put myself through the... It's so long. And I really don't like the grab system, I guess, is the best way that I'll put it. There's a gacha system in that game for collecting, like, the swords that I really did not like. I don't like games that do that. But for what it's worth, these are solid statues. They're very good representations of those characters. They look spot on. The sword is really cool. It's big. It's expressive. They probably could have done better at the bases, but maybe that saves a little bit of money. Maybe that's what kept them in the $165 range or whatever. I can see that they connect and everything, but these bases could have been better. That's about the only part that I don't think is impressive, is the bases. But they're well done. They're well done. Goonies. Goonies figures. $100? $100 Goonie figures. Oh my gosh. I mean, they kind of look like they're toys that could have been released in that time, don't they? They've got decent face sculpts. You could tell that they're going for that retro-esque look. These look like toys that you would have bought if the movie had toys. I don't think the movie had toys. Did the movie ever have toys? I don't actually know. But these look like they look believable enough to have been released at that time. It's interesting. That's wild. The packaging is pretty cool too, because it very much looks like something that would have been released at that time. I'm not gonna get them, but hey, that's kind of cool. Okay, what? You telling me I can get the 70s cop Beastie Boys? Okay. No frickin' way. That's kind of amazing. The fact that this exists is just outrageous. This is kind of amazing. Like, I can't believe this is real. We have been seeing some truly astonishing toys lately. Like, did you ever think that you would see Beastie Boys Sabotage toys? Did you ever think that you would be able to buy a Chester Cheetah? Like, we're just seeing some crazy, crazy toys come out right now, aren't we? I'm telling you, man, we are in a straight up golden age. It doesn't matter what kind of stuff you are into, you can find something that will make you be like, okay, for whatever reason, I need that. My mom doesn't collect figures, but I think she'd like the Goonies figures. She bought those Fast and Furious cars and likes to keep them in boxes. Yeah, no, absolutely. That's what I mean. There's something for everybody out there right now, man. This is outrageous. This is unreal. Are they gonna sell the car? Cause like, he come with the light? He came with the light. Can you just take any car? Cause it's just kind of like a basic car. I mean, I'm telling you, this blows my mind that this is a thing. You could do so much right now. Ooh, he's gone. Hot Toys Magneto. Hot Toys, man. You want some Hot Toys, you're going to pay money. You're going to pay real money. I know some people that have paid some real money for Hot Toys, man. But you got to give it to them, man. They don't mess around. Their stuff is pretty solid. And then depending on what you're getting too, depending on what you're in for Hot Toys, like you're going for comic books, or you're going for like something that's like world accurate, like you can get some really crazy good stuff from Hot Toys. Okay. Let's see them. Oh, I'm fighting with myself here. I mean, it's not a bad face sculpt. I've actually seen worse. It's not bad. It's pretty solid. Comes with cards. Comes with a spot. He's got a phaser. He's got chips. He's got chips for the card game. Comes with his fiddle. Violin, I'm sorry. Tricorder. He's got that little thing they plug into the side of his head and everything. That's cool. The boxes are cool. The boxes are usually pretty cool. I guess the issue at that point is if you start getting these, this is like a whole new... These I'm probably not going to invest in at all. And there is a reason. I am so deep into Playmates already that I think that jumping into these would like bankrupt me and would also it would almost devalue the entirety of the collection that I've put together inside of Playmates, but I don't blame anybody for going after these. He also comes with poker cards. He comes with his instrument, which is actually cool. He comes with a little Picard doll from Picard Day. I mean, they know what they're doing. There's enough research and background and love into the property that they're representing that they know what they're selling. What's that? Oh, Shakespeare book. That's actually cool. He's got his Earl Grey tea, of course. Fencing sword. Yes. What's this? Is that for the tea? I'm curious what that is. I mean, that face sculpt is good. The only thing I could probably hate on is to say that the bodies are a little funky to me. But it's not their fault either. It's the pajamas. I mean, that's the biggest thing that they're facing is that Star Trek The Next Generation, they were like wearing pajamas. I mean, that's really their biggest thing that they're facing. And it's because he's not human. That's why. He's not human. Let's see here. Worf. Decent face sculpt. It's the bodies. The bodies are the only thing that really throw me off. But like I said, I see why it's a problem. So he comes with the Batleth. He comes with something. I don't know what this is. Maybe a closed tricorder? It's hard for me to tell. He's got a rifle. Phaser rifle. Not sure what that is. Closed. I feel like it's a closed tricorder. Maybe. I don't know what that is. Almost wish they would have had a picture with him holding whatever that square was. Locutus. He might be the weakest figure. I mean, he's fine. He's cool. He looks like what he's supposed to look like, but I mean, like, he comes with, like, nothing. He's the weakest of them all. But he'll still cost the same as all of them. That's my big problem right there. It is my continual problem that I have with Super 7 that gives me a massive, massive love-hate relationship. They will release figures and give you a ton of stuff. That would be cool, getting a Q. And Troy, to be fair. I'm not saying one thing or another. But, like, they will get, like, Thundercats is the best example of this. Is the Thundercats will release Lino with, like, all this different stuff. $54. Then they'll release the little kid Lino with nothing. $54. That's not okay. It's not appropriate. It doesn't make sense. Like, it's hard, if not impossible, to justify the fact that the prices on those figures didn't change. And they do that stuff all the time. That's my love-hate relationship with Super 7. Is everything they do that I absolutely love, I praise. But their pricing is wacky. And sometimes overpriced without justification. Like, how can everybody, maybe this guy, you could argue, he's got all these cords and all this detail and all this stuff like that, that's Paint App, we can leave that alone. But you can't justify that in what I've seen in Thundercats. You can't. Look at that. Symphony of the Night Dash Attack Alucard. $340. That thing is magnificent. Like, wow, look at that. That right there is beautiful. That's one of my favorite games of all time. I basically have the castle memorized. I can beat that game in a single sit down, no questions asked. I never even have to check the map. That's so good. It's good to be broke. Yeah, I saw that there's so many of these. There's these Godzilla toys that are coming out, and some of them are so cool, man. You almost wish that they could all stick in here in the $50 range and you could get a bunch of cool Godzillas and stuff like that, which would be cool. I mean, like, that's really solid right there. And like that's a different Godzilla, really solid. We're still looking at $50. And then we go down from there. That's a Godzilla right there, different Godzilla. We're still looking at $50. And I know I'm not calling them out for this. I get it. But you wish, see, this is what I'm talking about. This company gives you this. And they're like, look, that's going to cost us more to do. It's ridiculous. Okay. That's my problem in Super 7. Super 7 will give you something and then give you a third of that something and charge you the same price. That bothers me. If they did a high-quality Xena Hercules line, would you want it for the shelf? Absolutely. No questions. Absolutely. A good, high-quality Xena I would want on the shelf beyond question. Yes. Without a doubt. Just like I went crazy over finally getting a Red Sonja on the shelf after all these years. Yes, Xena's what put me there. I would absolutely want that, Wes. Without a doubt. Look at Vampirella. Vampirella costs some pennies. Couple couple of pennies. Like Vampirella costs a couple of pennies. Like 1 or 2 pennies. Maybe even 3 or 4 pennies. Like, whew. Holy crap. Wow. And that statue pulls no punches. That is, beyond a doubt, that is Vampirella. That is a solid 100% Vampirella. That is exactly right. That pulls no punches. That's 100% in the detail. That's the art. That's exactly the kind of thing that Vampirella is known for. That's solid. Me, I'm on the cheaper scale because I'm cheap. This is the one that I'm getting. At some point, I don't know exactly when, but I have made up my mind, with Red Sonja on the shelf, from Loose Collector, from Executive Replicas, I am going to get this. I have made that decision. It's still readily available, which has made my decision a little easier. I'm going to be getting it. Without a doubt, I want a Vampirella. This one's expensive, but so far I liked the build quality for the Red Sonja. She intrigues me. This is my best bet to put one on the shelf that's in very good stuff. I have to sell the car for that shit. Yes, this is more my speed. I'm right there with you. I cannot spend $1,400 on Vampirella. I could get away with a $74 Vampirella. I still gotta watch what I do, but that I could get away with. Like, yeah. Let's see, is there anything here that we want to look at the end of the night here? I mean, I've already talked all about this stuff. I don't really do this stuff. Not interested right now. Ooh, some Barbies. Let's see. Anime stuff. I tell you something I do want, and we're gonna check for it actually. Let's look up I want to look up Power Princess. Do we still have... Uh-oh. This is making me feel like I can't get a Power Princess anymore. I mean, is that from the same wave? Power Princess? Oh, she is. She sold out. I waited too long. I'd wondered about that. I'd wondered if I'd bided my time too much. I really did want her to. She's something I really wanted. I'm going to have to wait to see if she comes back into stock, and I have a feeling that she will not, which is going to put me on the secondary market, which is going to mean it's going to cost me real money. Missed it. Missed it. I don't think there's any new Joes. We can check, but I don't think there is. I don't think there's any new Joes from the last time that we were here. Because like the last time we were here, we looked at a lot of the Joes, and I don't think there's new ones necessarily. But we can always click on them just to see. Because I even think I saw that stream that released all the new stuff or whatever. Bink. No, there's nothing new. We talked about all these, actually. Yeah, we talked about all these figures. Because I even talked about, like, these and everything. So all this was on the last episode. I talked about she's one that I want. He's one that I want. These guys, I don't really know them that well. I just bought the G.I. Joe series. I just bought it. I did not watch it when I was a kid. And so I missed out on all this. And I did not read the comic books. I just remember I would go to the store, find a Joe I thought was cool, buy him, and like play with him. And that was it. That was my full my full affiliation with like Joes. And I've talked about that in multiple episodes. And so now I'm at this point where like I'm kind of getting into the line, and I'm finding characters that I like and things like that, and I'm kind of gaining somewhat interest. And so I went and I bought the series, and I got to watch that and kind of see how I feel about it. But yeah, man. Okay, so we are at 10:51, so we are nearing the end here. Wasn't a bad episode. These are basically just for me to hang out with everybody, get an idea of what everybody's kind of into, what they're talking about, what they're interested in, and just look at whatever toys I happen to come across. Find things to talk about and talk about things. That's really no deeper than what these episodes are. That's the whole point of it, is to do stuff like this. See? I always wanted an X-23 statue, but the ones like hundreds of dollars, even thousands. Yeah, and that's exactly right. Dude, Diamond Select is solid. People could talk all they want. Diamond Select is solid stuff. Like, it's true, you could get $1,000 statues that put Diamond Select to shame. But for $50 statues, Diamond Select gets better all the time. Gets better all the time. Literally. Go look at some of the earlier stuff they did, and you'll be like, oh man, I can't remember that statue. It was okay. And then go look at the stuff they're releasing now that somehow stays at decently affordable price points, and you got to hand it to them, man. Whatever they're doing, whatever corners they cut, they make all the right decisions, because at the price that they're giving you, it is fantastic. Like, it is absolutely fantastic. It doesn't get any better than that at that price point. It really doesn't. Unless you want to talk about that like Banpresto, they're also another company, but they're anime relegated. But they do really solid work with like $25 and $50 statues. Like, absolutely fantastic stuff. Yeah, and that's what I mean right there. Like, a friend got me a Diamond Select Black Cat for Christmas, and that's what I mean. Dude, some of these statues from Diamond Select are just, they break the mold. They will not cost you your firstborn child, and you will get a quality piece out of them. You will. It's good. So, you see him over there? See him? That is my 2 foot, I think he's 24 inches. He's a 24-inch Cubone. That's what that is in that chair over there. That's my Cubone. Just no reason. Just thought I'd point it out. He's never appeared on camera. Nobody ever sees him. Nobody ever knows about him, because he sits in that chair. And that's where I sit when I do my episodes, so I move him. And then I put him back in the chair when I'm over on this table showing off figures. So no one ever sees him in here, but he's in here. He's a 2 foot Cubone. And he's awesome. And I love him. And he's there. Why'd I bring it up? No reason. I just love him. Okay, yeah. We're at the end. I'm not going to drag these out any further. I try to keep these at 2 hours and just kind of keep us moving and never lose things to do or talk about or whatever. No, actually, crazy you should mention that, but no, actually that Cubone is up there. So yeah, that's a completely different Cubone. That Cubone is only about this big. That's a different Cubone altogether. Damn right I'm talking about my 2 foot Cubone. You don't worry about what I be talking about over here, Seth, okay? Yeah, the other Cubone is tiny compared to this guy. This guy's Come here. Yeah, this dude is huge. Look at that. Look at him. He's big. Look, do you get an idea now? He's 2 foot tall. He's big. He's a big boy. He's a big Cubone boy. Like, I love this thing. I really do. I genuinely love this thing. And I did talk about Cubone. I talked about why I love him and everything like that. He's one of my more favorite Pokemon that has ever existed. And I started realizing, I never realized it before, but I started realizing that in terms of Pokemon, maybe, I can't say this for sure, I've always thought myself to like electric maybe as my favorite type. But I know I do like a lot of ground guys. Like a lot of them. Like, I like Excadrill. I like Sandshrew. I like Cubone. Like, I don't know. I've often wondered what my favorite type is, and I never necessarily found anything 100% that, I landed on. I know I keep an electric on my team every single game. And one of my all-time favorite Pokemon ever is electric, but 2 of my all-time favorite Pokemon are ground. I don't know. Nor do I think I really care to answer the question necessarily. I'm off to watch my favorite Red Ranger do some gaming. And you should. You should. No, absolutely. I'll catch everybody next time. I do think that's it. I think I'm wrapping it up. I don't think there's anything else to go over. Open Snout Spout. Always really cool. That Snout Spout is so good. Always been a fan of water types, ground types. My boys are Squirtle and, oh, dude, no joke. That's the crocodile with the sunglasses, right? Yeah, I think that. I'm pretty sure that's who that is. Dude, Snout Spout is so good. The only thing I need to work on this belt. I'd like to get this belt down over the other belt, but I can work on that. I'll just unlatch it from the back, put it down there, and then latch it back into place and see how tight I can get it on there, because I wouldn't want it to move. And I don't necessarily love the idea that it's above the belt. That I don't like. His box is absolutely fantastic. I have no problem at all that this guy costs $33. I think people are crying for no real reason. Anyways, guys, like I said it multiple times. Now I'm going to actually do it. I'm going to go up here. The mouse is up there. It's up there. It's on the button. It says stop stream. I'm going to click it. So anybody that came, anybody that hung out, anybody that talked with me, anybody that said whatever, did whatever, had whatever, hope you guys have a good night. And I will be back here more than likely next Friday. But I'll actually be back in terms of doing videos earlier than that. Next Friday. Maybe Sunday with a premiere. I don't know. But definitely Friday. Later on.